welcome back to Crazy Dave's Kitchen, where today we're making homemade soft pretzels. I made these a few weeks ago and they turned out to be really fantabulous. This is a great just for Jackie recipe. This is something the kids can probably participate in. It doesn't seem to be too dangerous. There's a little bit of science involved, but other than that, it's pretty tame. So I'm going to start out first. We're going to have some quick rise yeast. 2 1/4 teaspoons of quick rise yeast. I'm also going to have a teaspoon of sugar because yeast loves to feed on sugar. And then I have 1 1/2 cups of warm water. Doesn't have to be boiling, just warm. We're going to add this in here and we're going to briefly whisk it together. And we're going to let this sit for a little bit and get kind of frothy before we go ahead and add our flour to this. So as that's getting frothy, we're going to take a teaspoon of our pink Himalayan salt, and we're going to add this to 4 cups of flour, or 480 grams of bread flour, by the way. We want a little bit more structure to our flour to make these pretzels. Okay, so we're going to add our flour mixture, flour and salt mixture into the mixing bowl. Now that our yeast mixture has sat there for a little bit, so we're just going to add this in here. We're going to attach our dough hook. And then we're just going to let this run low until it just gets combined. And then once this gets combined, we're going to move it to medium. We're going to adjust the speed to medium. And we're going to let this run for about 6 minutes, 6 to 8 minutes, until it forms a dough ball. And I know you'll look at it right now and say, Dave, there's no way that's going to create a dough ball. But trust me, it will. So we'll see you back in 6. Okay, so it's been 6 minutes. Our dough is now formed into a large ball. So we're going to form this into a ball, actually, on our board here. And we're going to just kind of combine it, put it into a ball, and we're going to let it rise. So let's just form this into a nice ball. Just like so. We have our original bowl and no oil or anything. We're just going to throw this ball into this bowl and we're going to let this rise for 25 minutes. So we're just going to sit here, we're going to cover it up, and we'll be back in 25 minutes to form our pretzels. Okay, so it's been about 25 minutes and you can see that our dough has risen a little bit, and now the fun part starts to begin. We're just going to pull this dough out of here, and it might stick to the bottom a little bit, but nothing to be overly concerned about. Like so, there we go, good. Very basically, so we've got this nice round. We're going to cut this into 8 relatively even pieces, and we're just going to do it by eye. We're not going to measure this out. We're not going to weigh this out. We're just going to take a look at it as a circle, and we're going to just cut it in half, and we're going to cut that in half again, just like so, and then each other piece in half, just like this. Does not have to be 100%, but close, relatively close. So we've got 4 and 4, and what we're going to do is just take each piece and we're going to roll this out into about a 24-inch rope. And it doesn't have to be, you're not going to need any flour on your cutting board, and it doesn't have to be perfect. That's the nice thing about this. This is something all the family can enjoy, rolling this out and making these pretzels. So about 24-inch rope. You're going to come about, going to line these up. We're going to give them a little twist, and then we're going to put them forward just like that, and that's going to make our pretzel. Voila. And as it falls apart, I'm just going to set it down over here on this tray. Maybe we'll move the tray over here. That doesn't look very good, does it? No. All right, let's try this again. So we're going to come up like this. We're going to twist the ends like so. We're going to come back around, and that's going to form our pretzel, just like so. Okay, so we're finally at our last pretzel. So we're just going to go ahead and wrap that around, and like so. Now behind me, I have 10 cups of water boiling in a pot, along with a quarter cup of baking soda. And that's going to give us our pretzel flavor and our pretzel look. That's going to give us the brown of the pretzel that we're looking for. Now, in commercial kitchens, they use lye to get that. And you can use lye, but it requires goggles and gloves, and it is quite the science experiment. And protection is needed. But with baking soda, common everyday baking soda, there's no gloves required. And we're going to give the pretzels a little bit of a bath. So we're going to move over to the stove, and we'll show you that process shortly. So here we are at the stove. So like I say, there's a quarter cup of baking soda in this, and you can see this little white mist forming, and that's kind of the baking soda boiling with 10 cups of water. And what we're going to do, you can see the pretzels here that we formed earlier have kind of risen up a little bit, which is perfect. That's exactly what we want. So we're just going to take this pretzel, and we're going to put it face down into this bath, just like so. And we're going to do that for 30 seconds. Face down, and then we'll flip it up right side up, and we're just going to let that take a little warm bath for 30 seconds. And that's going to give us our pretzel look and our pretzel flavor that we're looking for. Okay, so this is ready to be flipped back over. Just carefully flip that back around like so. A little slickery. Great. All right, on to the next one. Face down, like so. Now, additionally, I have the oven is preheating at 450 degrees. After we do this bath, we're gonna slightly brush the pretzels with some egg wash, and we're gonna finish it with some kosher salt. They do make a salt, which is a pretzel salt, but I did not go ahead and buy any additional pretzel salt. Okay, there's our last pretzel. Now we're going to go to the finishing side. Okay, so we've done our soak in our baking soda water mixture. So now I've got 1 egg with a tablespoon of water in there. And we're just going to go ahead and give our pretzels a light coat of the egg wash. Once they are thoroughly coated with the egg wash, we're going to go ahead and liberally spread some kosher salt on each one, covering it very well. Don't be afraid to use too much salt. Again, they do sell pretzel salt at some specialty stores. I was unable to find such salt, but I'm sure it's around. I'm sure you could buy it online or something like that. I'm just too lazy. If it's not at the store, I'm not going to buy it. So cover them nicely with the salt. Again, I have the oven is preheated at 450 degrees with a rack in the middle. And then we're going to just bake these for 12 minutes until done. So it really 12 minutes, I find it comes out rather nice. So anymore, and you might burn it, and you don't want burnt pretzels. These are going to be really nice. So we'll see you after these bake. Okay, so here we are, our 8 pretzels, perfect for any size family. This is a perfect recipe, again, Jackie, for the whole family. These are delicious golden pretzels. Look at how wonderful they are on the bottom, beautiful on the top. These are best to be eaten the same day you bake them. I tried to save some of these the last time I made them, and they became rather not very edible, not very pleasant to eat. I have some spicy bratwurst mustard / horseradish that I like to dip these in. They're soft and chewy, delicious, made in a couple of hours. Just a wonderful recipe for homemade soft pretzels. You can go to my website, Crazy.daveskitchen.com, to get the full scalable recipe. You can view it on your phone, view it on your tablet. You can print out the recipe, have it in your kitchen, or just have it on your phone right by your side. So Crazy.daveskitchen.com, the website. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you like this recipe, I have a lot more coming. This is recipe number 49. I picked up another subscriber, so I'm up to 134. We're cranking right along. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'm going to try to squeak in one more recipe before the year end, which is only a few days from now, technically. And once I do that, that'll round out the past, 2 years maybe, at 50 recipes. But we're going to have some new stuff coming up next year, 2025, the year of really good stuff, new stuff, tasty stuff, dinners and bread. So again, thanks for tuning in to Crazy Dave's Kitchen, and we will see you next time.